Welcome to the Three Hokages podcast. We're your hosts, Kareem, and Hanif. Today, we're going to discuss a few things. We're going to go through TV. So, we're going to discuss the season finale of Cross, where we are so far in the second season of Daredevil, amongst other shows. We're also going to tap into some recently movies that are released on streaming that you may want to skip going to the theaters and check it out online. As well as anime slash live action. So One Piece, the second season is done. We'll tap into that and much more. So let's jump right into television. So Cross's season two finished a few weeks ago. Have our time to consume it, dissect it, figure out what we liked, what we didn't like about it. I know Kay didn't see it. Kareem, you saw all of season two. What was your takeaway on season two? Did you think it did better than season one? Left you wanting more, or you're good?
I think I don't know. It's tough to say if it's better than season one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I think in some ways, season one was more of a cliffhanger. In
Okay.
the sense of like the focus on the stories, what was really going on. Season two is more like we're along for the ride, watching someone's plan play out. And even though I like how they tie the actions of the individuals committing the murders to the folklore and the myths, and I think it did an excellent job doing that. There wasn't as much of a suspense as to who was doing what. Um, in terms of the actions they were taking, it was kind of hard to root against them. To be honest with you, I didn't find myself actually rooting against them at
Right,
all.
right,
The only time I did want them to succeed is when they tried to kill Cross. But any other time, like, oh, well, things happen, or is she really wrong or is he really wrong? And then the more I saw people helping them along the way, which I thought was an interesting touch, where you have basically common folk, so to speak,
right.
people who would be overlooked in terms of like the elites that they were targeting. They found a common cause, and they were helping them come and go, and that was also part of helping them, elude the authorities. Um, but I do think season two started out a little bit slower. The first episode was pretty fast. Then it got a little bit slower because it started focusing more on the romantic relationships. Um, and so even though I think it's good to develop characters, I think it just kind of started dragging.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like, well, are we going to get to the mysteries? We're going to get to more murders or what? But I would say the last three episodes, the pace really quickened. Um, and so even though there wasn't much of a mystery, there was, uh, concepts as to who would be next, and how would they get there. And
Right,
that
right,
to me was the fun aspect to watch, so to speak, because again, I wasn't rooting against them at this point in time.
No, yeah, they had good motives.
Yeah,
I think for why these for those who didn't see it, pretty much is it felt like it took a snapshot out of a current reality. These this big food producer. Think of it as, I don't know, whatever, Tyson Chicken, whatever. Just it's basically a chicken farm company that has hands in everything. Like they so big that they influence the local county judges and cops to work on their side, and they help traffic in minors and illegal. No, I hate saying illegal, but immigrants that don't have their papers, and they have them working at their facilities. If they get hurt or injured, they just kill them and bury them out back, and just get more people, usually children, from across the border. And so the main character, one of the main villainess anyway, was her mother was someone who was looking after these people, and they silenced her, and so she's out for revenge. She's trying to take out everyone, cut the head off the snake and everyone below him. So yeah, I'm rooting for her as well. Like you can't be doing this. No, but at the same time, Alex Cross is coming in like there's rules and regulations. You just can't be the Punisher out here just killing people because they avenging your slain mother and family members and things. So yeah, I agree, Graham. Like, yeah, you're rooting for them, but at the same time, it's like it's a process here. But but then I like how it ended with Cross realizing that the system is so corrupt that it's difficult for you to fight the system while you're still being a part of the system.
yeah.
So he resigns. He becomes a but they didn't show it in the thing. But eventually, he basically he becomes his own. He opens
So
up
he's
his own.
private investigator or
Well, no,
consultant.
well, not a private investigator. He has like a doctorate and PhD. You know, like he's super smart. So he becomes his own. He has his own therapy. He becomes a therapist. I'm sorry, therapy session, but he becomes a therapist. So he talks to people, whatever. So once in a while, the FBI will call him to work a major case because he becomes like a consultant kind of thing. So he starts working on major crimes with Kyle Craig in the book instead of Kyla Craig in the TV show. So this whole guy Bobby never exists inside the. He's just an agent of chaos to move the storyline along.
Yeah.
There's never a Bobby inside the book so far, unless 20 books in. There's a Bobby shows up, but there was no Bobby in the early onset of the books. But I liked Kyle Craig in the books because he was more of a he's an ally, but then becomes a nemesis of Alex Cross. He's like I would say the Joker's Joker and Batman is like they're nemesis, but Joker's like way. I mean, I think eventually Kyle Craig becomes like a Joker. Like it's just you're doing so much stuff that's unhinged. Like, I mean, because they. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna read the books or not, but there's so much stuff that Kyle Craig does that it's like what is happening here? Like you're not even like. At some point, you got to pull him. Like he's way off the reservation here. Like he's doing so much stuff. But I mean, every book in the series is always some kind of criminal mastermind from within the country or outside the country. Like there's even a book where Alex Cross is in Africa. He goes to Africa and he's the African's like, no, you're an American. You're not really, you're not really black. You're an American. Like we teach you you come into our country talking all greasy. Or they're beating his ass up or whatever. He's all beat up inside the prison. It's like Alex Cross going across the globe now. He's one book he's in the Caribbean. Some books he's obviously like he's on the West Coast. He's all over the United States. Like the books are good. So I'm honestly I would like to see some of the Alex Cross books come to life. Just because I'm greedy and I want to see how these characters look and they react to one another on the big screen. But I felt like season 1 hit all the marks. Season 2 was like, okay, well, we're going to try to do even bigger and better. The car chase scene in the Capitol. To me, it was too much sex scenes. Like you can allude to it. I don't need to see it. Like I don't need to see Bobby in the banana hammock. I don't need to see Alex and Janelle, the lady, the black woman with the short hair, his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, going at it, or even Samson and his girlfriend. Like you just it's filler time. This is what it is. You just this could have been the Amazon commercial. We cut the break and go to something. I'm looking forward to season 3. Has
it been confirmed that there's a season 3?
I'd be surprised if they cut it off because I think season 2 did really well.
Okay.
But I think season 2 did well. I'd like to see a season 3. Probably comes out next year. Just focus on the characters. The kids are just there. I mean, those kids are just filler. They're like, oh, how's school? Oh, okay. See you later.
Yeah. Right. 5 episodes later. Oh yeah, he has kids. I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Like I was which book was it? Like I think it's like book 3 or 4, where there's like a kid gets killed. Like one of the, like a little girl gets killed or whatever. And she was like a student at the school that one of the kids go to or whatever at the time. Wow. So now the school is all nervous and they it's I think more than one. It's something like a circle. Like he was killing children. Whatever, and like they find them like hung in trees and all over places in the park, and they're like these are certain students that were going to the school or schools in the area, so the schools are in lockdown and stuff. And Alex Cross is trying to find out who's this child killer and all this kind of stuff. And it was interesting. I mean, who the killers are and stuff, but it was just like that's as much involvement as you get out of the seeing the children in the book. So you don't get a lot of screen time with them. You don't get a lot of book time with these kids. Like, oh, how's the kids? How's Nana Mama? Okay, I'm in Michigan working on a crime. I'll see you when I get home. Like, I'm like, okay, dude. But I enjoy it. It's always good seeing Aldous Hodge on the screen doing his thing. So looking forward to season 3.
Yeah.
So from one Crime Stopper to someone who is a Crime Stopper with superpowers, season 2 of Daredevil began 2 weeks ago? Because I think this is episode 4. I think they
episode 4 now.
Episode 4. I think the beginning of season 2. I think they pumped out 2 episodes. So this might be week 3. So I think every week it's one new episode. It's a little slow paced. I don't need it to finish up quickly, but I feel like it's still where we were in the last season. Kingpin's got his ICE agents or anti-villain task force, AVTF, out there. But they're pretty much, it's like a watching reality. Like they're just grabbing people up off the street, disappearing them into these warehouses in Red Hook. We haven't seen Punisher yet, but as we saw in the last season, Punisher is in one of those warehouses. He's got to get out because he shows up inside of Spider-Man. So somewhere down the line, he's got to get out. Maybe when the Heroes for Hire show up.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the season so far more than season 1. But I'm not saying season 1 was bad. I'm saying this season 2 is building on season 1 perfectly right now. So even in terms of the Punisher or any other crossover that we know may happen, I think this is finally striking that right chord between TV shows and, hey, will this affect the overall MCU when it comes to the actual movies coming up? Without it influencing the show to the point where you just like, okay, I'm just waiting for the tie-in to happen. And I think the end of episode 4, there's just so many theories out there right now. So I know we talked about this last year at one point, where there are certain storylines that took place and Luke Cage and so on and so forth. So I think I have an idea of why the Defenders are back, or will ultimately be back, because everything is going to affect everyone in New York right now. The Kingpin will be out of control. We know that. We know that's going to happen.
Well, I think because what happened in this last episode where Vanessa gets, I don't know if she's dead or not, but she gets injured.
I'm sure she's done.
She's gotta go. She's gotta go.
Yeah.
And it's a fixed point.
Exactly, it's a fixed point. So it's a canon event. So she has to die somehow. And this is how they decided to do that in the show. But I don't know if you even saw like the Watcher image, in the
Actually, let me.
This is like a very pivotal moment. And obviously they're not going to tie everything into the comic books, but this is a storyline that did become so big, like with the Kingpin being the mayor of New York, that it did affect literally every single superhero. So I think this may even tie into the Punisher, special that's coming up. It may even tie into Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Because
they did confirm that this is the Watcher. They said that it was the Watcher
in that, and we probably don't even know why the Defenders have to get together. But I can't just see the Defenders becoming a team again just to deal with, the Kingpin ICE agents. I can't see that. I think it's going to escalate the rest of the season. And, we have, little hints of the White Tiger already. She doesn't have a costume, but I'm sure that'll come up at some point down the line. If not in this show, then maybe in another show. So I can't wait to see what happens in episode 5. But I'm excited about this storyline because I did love it in the comic books. Even when Luke Cage becomes, we know his daughter and Jessica Jones's daughter is going to be in the series, at least by name. So I do think that they're finding the right chord between the TV show and how this ties into their great events without feeling like all you're doing is watching filler until the next movie or the next big event takes place.
I agree.
And Bullseye, oh my God, he's like the villain you root for, but you also kind of hate, but then you don't because it's like he's doing what the Daredevil should be doing, but it's complicated with him. But he's killing that role. I have to say, they have some really great acting this season.
And Daredevil, like you said, with Daredevil, he's like the Batman, like he doesn't want to kill people, But some people, like the way the show is, these bad guys are, they have no problem taking you out. Not just, we're just going to arrest you. They're looking to kill you. So, no, let Bullseye do a little bit. Just get him on loosen his leash a little bit. But he's taking out some decent people.
Yeah, he is.
Let him work. Let him work. No,
yeah.
I don't have a problem with him doing what he's doing. But yeah, I enjoyed their banter as well as their fights, because they're using the environment. I just like seeing the way they film it with him. The most recent one, he was fighting inside the apartment. He took out the CD, used the CD like a ninja. Stuff but just the way Bullseye works, and then the way Daredevil can kind of counter react some of his moves because he can sense those things. It's enjoying. I really like the way they film a lot of the fight scenes. It's kudos to them and their stunt coordinator. But I just put up the image for The Watcher because I went online immediately after the episode, and they confirmed that this is supposed to be like The Watcher. I mean, even though it's lights from inside the boxing ring.
But like that's like his ear. Like you can
they said it is The Watcher. So it's like the first time we actually see a live action, his essence or a portion of him inside this reality. So I thought that was cool. But yeah, Daredevil, just slowly waiting to see Luke Cage. I'm slowly waiting to see Jessica Jones, because I think once they show up, that's when stuff has hit the fan. Like they got you got to call in the cavalry kind of thing. Like you can't do this alone, and you got to bring in Kareem's favorite guy, Iron Fist, to show the
world. Sometimes I want to give like the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, maybe it'll be good, but this is one that I'm not going to believe until I see it. Like I have no expectations as to what Iron Fist is going to do. Maybe they'll put him in the chair again and he won't be seen for a few episodes, but it's.
I mean, there's literally only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes left.
That's not a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 4 episodes. The 14th, the 21st, the 28th, and the 5th. So
it's still a lot. It's a lot to show.
It's a lot.
Like I said, you're still gonna. I like to believe that eventually we're going to see the White Tiger get some kind of. I mean, she's got the medallion on. She hasn't shown her powers, but she just she used her uncle's knives. Maybe she'll eventually get a mask, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, if you look, so I'm only going by IMDb. From the IMDb images, you clearly see that Jessica Jones shows up in episode 6.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if that's the first time you see her,
mm-hmm.
but so she might show up in this week's episode, but literally you see her in the promo picture for Requiem.
Yeah.
So I mean, at least, maybe the grand design will have. Okay, so you figure episode 5 will probably have the Punisher,
mm-hmm.
strictly because I would hope that they would not try to throw all of them in one episode, because that would be, I'm not gonna say trash, but
that'd be too much going on. Like why?
Yeah.
We saw Punisher's locked up in a cage. I thought we was going to see him in this episode when Daredevil goes to try to break people out. I thought we was going to at least see him inside of a cage. Like, oh, hey Frank, I'll be right back, or whatever. Frank, I could get out. Just lock the door for me. I could do the rest myself, and that's it. That's all we see from him as a cameo. But I think once you have him on the screen, it's got to be a whole scene with him. You can't just okay, hey Frank, what's going on? Oh, nothing. I'm just sitting here. Copping a squat in his cage, no mind me. It's got to be a whole.
I don't think he's going to be in this season. I think they changed that, and they're going to be focusing more on his one shot, because he did get out the end of season 1.
I thought he was still locked in. I thought he was still locked in that cage.
No, he had he took one of the agents, because it was we admire you or something, and he was able to get free.
Oh, that's right. He got him close. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Totally forgot about that.
But I think it's going to just be his one shot. And so that's why I think this is going to probably spill over into at least the next couple of, Marvel projects this year. You have the Punisher coming out right after, and then the Spider-Man movie, which we know the Punisher is in that.
Yeah, we know Punisher's in that. Now, and I think maybe I feel like maybe Daredevil and Punisher is gonna that scene that you see Spider-Man going towards the hand. I feel like there's
exactly.
gonna be, I feel like Daredevil's in there somewhere. Like he's gonna have a.
And
presence.
even that, it could be maybe the Kingpin is trying to find a way to bring her back. And the hand, they have their mysticism and their the peace and all of that. So maybe that ties in together.
This is like the Miles Morales Spider-Man thing into Spider-Verse, but he made that whole contraption to get. Wasn't his wife that he's trying to bring his wife back?
It was.
Yeah, he's trying to bring his wife back. So it's the same thing. Like I'm gonna find this facility. I'm gonna find a doctor, just to help me bring my wife back.
Yeah, and again, the Watcher was there, so it's a significant event.
Yep. So had she, she has to die in order for something else to take place. So if she didn't die, if she listened. More of the story is, man, tell you not to come out. let me tap into my Red Pill podcast.
I'm not co-signing now.
You gotta listen to your man.
No.
See what happens.
No one is co-signing here at all.
She got a hard head. She don't listen. See,
what to do. Well, she should have ducked though. She should have. When she saw the glass, she should have ducked. No. But see, the thing is, he wouldn't even be free if it wasn't for her. He would have been locked up somewhere. It was her who got him out so that she could take revenge on Matt Murdock. So
she's the only one who's at. Oh, she almost got it. Actually, no, she did shoot him. She did shoot and hit Daredevil too. She's like, "Get off me, guards!" Shot him.
Yeah.
Damn. But it's unfortunate, but no. Hey, if Foggy had to die, you gotta get it. No, she's gotta die too.
No one's safe.
You can't kill Foggy. Foggy was nice. Like, why'd you kill Foggy?
Right.
He was a nice individual. You could have killed one of the bartender, another patron, but you killed Foggy.
Yeah.
But what else was? I was actually surprised they gave some decent screen time to this. Was it the Swordmaster as well? That was pretty cool. Yeah. And Kirsten, the lawyer. So it was nice to see her. Getting her legal joust in with the opposing counsel. I'm not sure. I don't follow Daredevil comics enough to see if she's going to have a bigger presence. Will she eventually know that Matt Murdock is Daredevil? I feel like she knows. She probably has a gut feeling that he is Daredevil, but it's like why I bring this conversation about Matt is missing.
Yeah,
kind of. What else is there popping on TV? Oh no, live action. We're gonna switch over to anime. Live action. We finished. Kareem and I finished one of the best animes in all of history. One Piece. I'm actually enjoying the live action. I'm still in the mid 400s in regards to watching the animated series. So which is way far away from where we currently are. So I don't know what's going on in the current thing, but live action, like Kareem said offline, is like it just as it starts to get interesting, the season's over. Like it's only 8 episodes. They push the storyline along far enough where I think that the 8 episodes cover about 30 actual anime episodes, one or at least 1 or 2 story arcs. But just as it's getting good, it's like we see us next year or see us in 2028. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
You said you're in episode 400.
I'm in 40. Actually, let me look at my Netflix. I'll tell you exactly what episode. I'm in the arc when he's trying to break out Ace. Ace is locked up in prison, and Luffy's trying to break him out. So I'm on episode. Let's see, episode info 439. I'm on episode 439.
So you are.
I just finished the Isle of Women, that's where you got introduced to Boa Hancock, the character that Megas the Stallion always cosplays as. So we got introduced to her and her love beam ability. She's supposed to be like the most beautiful pirate ever. All the men just fawn over her, just oh.
So you're back in February 21st of 2010.
Yeah, I'm
time. That's how far. That's how much more you have to go.
Yeah. So
you are 16 years ago.
Yeah, I do at least 4 or 5 episodes a day easily. So each episode is about 20 something minutes. I can skip the intro. I can skip the recap, and then go right into the episode. There are some fillers, and I just skipped right over those. There was I think 2 or 3 fillers in the story arc where they went back in time. There was in the Edo period, whatever, and I was like, yeah, this has nothing to do with the storyline. Skip, went right back to it. But no, the season 2, it covers the introduction of Chopper. It hints at, well, it does introduce you to the Baroque works villains as well. What else did it show? The Giant Island, and it hinted at Crocodile at the end, which is going to be interesting for season 3.
I'm curious how they're actually going to do that.
The Crocodile?
Yeah.
Well, they already have him casted. I mean, that's to me, that's could be a whole season there with them going to I forgot the name of the island, but going to that island, huh? Alabasta, yeah, which is weird because they call it Alabasta, but yet it's not white because it's like it looks like Morocco, like it's not Alabasta, but
hey, it's what they think Alabaster is. Leave it alone.
Yeah. So I mean, the casting is great. I love Chopper. Seeing him in the big hat. He's like, honestly, he's like Groot. Like if the fans of Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, enjoyed watching Groot and Baby Groot on TV, they'll enjoy watching Chopper in this. Like, let's imagine, Groot being able to actually talk.
Yeah.
It's like they have a whole episode dedicated. Yeah, he talks. He fights.
He just doesn't speak in English.
Well, Groot. Oh, yeah, Groot is like Chewbacca. Yeah, he speaks. He speaks Grootanese or whatever that I forgot the language of the plant people.
Yeah. So I enjoyed season 2 as well. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed every new character introduction, and throughout the season, whenever they did introduce a new character and they covered some of their backstory, like I felt myself drawn into their backstory. It was really good. It was either touching, it was either sad, or it was like, hey, what's going on? At one point, I'm like, wait, why am I getting choked up over a reindeer? But to me, that's how good it felt like in terms of like the writing and the character development and even the backstories. So I did enjoy that. I did enjoy how they're fighting for the people. Even the whale. It's like I felt for that. And it's like you enjoy the season. So my criticism of season 2 isn't about the acting. It's not about the action. It's not about the time spent on the character development, because I feel like that was necessary. My issue is me being an old man on my porch yelling about the streaming model that exists right now. Because why does it have to be 8 episodes? Because as soon as it gets into Luffy, like, he's starting to take the lead again, where he's getting ready to go, and it's like the season is now over. You got introduced to all these new characters. They get to a point where you're like, yes, this is what I loved about season 1, the Straw Hats. We're rooting for them. And it's like, yeah, you got to wait, however many more years. I think they said next year is coming back now. But I'm tired of these 8-episode seasons. Some things can be 8 episodes, but you have an anime that does not have a lack of materials. I mean, there are over 1,000 episodes to cover only 30 episodes in an 8-episode season, where they're now charging you almost $30 a month. They have to give more episodes than that. This is something where I would have felt like it would be perfect to have like even a 16 episode. And I get it, there's budget constraints, but everything can't be that expensive when they're making profit upon profit.
Well, one thing we can talk about this. I'm not sure if you watched the Hulu series Paradise, but Sterling K. Brown had mentioned the model for streaming versus regular television. Where television you can have 12 and 16 and 20 episode seasons, 20 episode a season like Law and Order, because you have advertisement, you have commercials on Law and Order, you have commercials on Abbott Elementary. So those advertising dollars pays for the budget, so that allows them to have multiple episodes. Whereas Netflix, they get one budget, or Hulu, you get one budget for this season. So you can only really do a small amount, because you can try to squeeze in 10, 12, 13 episodes for a season, but that they give you one lump sum. You're not going to get advertising dollars to kind of compensate the project in between each episode, unfortunately. So unless they go with a model that says no commercial-less viewings, everything's going to have commercials, then it's back to paying cable. where we just put it all back on cable. One fee, $69.99 a month. You get all the channels, get all the streaming you want, but it's going to have commercials. I'm fine with it. I agree with you, Kareem, but I'm paying $29 or $24 for Netflix. I got Peacock, we got Paramount, we got HBO's with Hulu now. So I mean, you have 4 and 5 things, and if you have Apple TV, that's another thing. You got AMC Plus, you got MGM Plus, you got Amazon Prime. Like there's probably a BritBox. Everything's got Peacock. There's 10 different streaming things, and each one is $15. You spend $150 on entertainment when most of those shows only exist for half the year. How many people are actively suspending their accounts when their major show, their NCIS, their Law and Order, the Abbott Elementary is gone for the season? Most people don't. So then the streaming services just getting free money. Yeah, you just watch these reruns. That's fine. We'll take your $15 this month.
Yeah. But every streaming platform does have an ad tier now. So you're paying them to not see ads, while they're also getting advertising dollars.
Double dipping.
It's just everything is about making more of a profit, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like in terms of giving people an experience, that's never the goal. And I get it. Maybe it's naive to think that even cable or regular TV, when they had 20 plus episodes, that was the goal. But again, it's just there's a lot of material out there. The 8 episode limit, and then waiting 2-3 years at a time for the next season. Something has to be done.
Well, again, I agree. Where I am is still years ahead of where the TV show is story wise. So they're gonna if they're gonna continue doing this series, they're gonna have to be recasting these characters like it's almost like the Mickey Mouse Club. Like every 2 years, they're gonna here's a new Luffy, here's a new Sanji, here's a new this, because these people are gonna have to eventually age out. You can't be looking like me. I'm Usopp. Like, dude, you too old.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on here? You can't. Like we're gonna have to change you out. We're gonna have to swap you out for someone new. Again, that's as if they're going to keep doing the series, similar to the Avatar live action on Netflix, where they're going to have to recast Aang or something, because that boy, he unless they find a Gary Coleman like person who's got that disability where they don't grow, they look like a kid. You can't have Aang full on. He still got the 5 o'clock shadow talking about, hey guys, we're gonna stop the Fire Nation. Like my man.
I know.
You're not
it's time to run for office now.
Adam's apple's bigger than Sokka's. Like your voice is all deep. Who took Momo? Oh God, where's everybody at? Like, come on, you're gonna have to eventually either speed up the series to get to the climactic ending by eliminating some story arcs, or you're gonna have to recast people who, unfortunately, that's what happens when you have young kids. It's gonna look like Stranger Things with Lucas. You can tell he was just finished shaving. You put the wig on his head.
Yeah.
What are we doing? I'd rather just watch an animated series. No, But if you're going from an animated series, I don't want to see you do another animated series of an animated series, and that's what One Piece is doing now. I heard that they're going to be redoing the original episodes with the animation studio who did Attack on Titan. So you're gonna find. So you may get better looking artwork, because I think the animation
and shorten it as well. I think
they may shorten it, but I think to me, while the story may be interesting, some of the artwork and the way they drew these characters, it's so on purpose, but they just look carnival-esque. They got big heads.
It started in 1999. Stop it.
Human anatomy hasn't changed that far where your heads don't look that. Come on. Look at Dragon Ball Z came out before 99, and their arms wasn't looking all like Rubber Man. People's heads ain't looking super huge. I think that's the thing with One Piece. So it's something that turns a lot of people off, aside for the so many episodes, is that the artwork isn't always as attractive. It's just like the features of people just looks like it's misshapen. I can see Luffy being elongated because he's got the gum fruit. He's rubberized, but other people is like, what? It's like a cartoon world. Like it reminds me of characters out of Mad World kind of thing. Like it's just these weird looking characters, these insane looking stuff. That's the world of One Piece, but it's not for everybody. It's definitely because it took me at least 2 or 3 tries to get into it. Like once I started watching, like this looks horrible. Started watching it, came back and was like, okay, let me try it again. damn, this guy Luffy's stupid. I can't watch it. And then so I'm gonna sit through. I'm gonna sit through and watch these episodes. And I'm up to again up to episode 439. Not every episode is a hitter, and at least every episode is someone weird looking. Like there's like the episode I just finished watching before we started. I think they took a page out of Rocky Horror Picture Show. They're inside a prison. They're on level 5.5, and apparently this is the queer land. This was the English translation, queer land. It's like this is the and subtitles like transvestite land, and a legendary fixer in there who's a prisoner. Looks like God damn, who's this guy? Like Tim Curry's character for Rocky Horror. He's got purple hair, got a little crown, fishnet stockings on, little loincloth, and a vest. And he's on a microphone singing, and all other people got the fishnets on, and everyone's yeah, whatever. I forgot the character's name, but they we're queer, we're queer. Like this is inside a prison, underground,
yeah, well,
the water.
Why not?
Okay, like they have. I mean, each level is a whole different world. Like one level was basically just they were starving people to death. Like it was just like a desert land. Level below that is like everyone's freezing to death. And then level below that, level 5.5 is the queer land where they were just having a good old time. He's like called it a paradise in prison. Like that's what he says. It's a paradise in prison. You be who you want to be. It's transvestite land. Like, okay, all right, whatever. We're still trying to get to Ace.
yeah.
Not gonna happen.
So in my head, I'm like, I got to see what this is gonna look like in the live action. This is gonna be a hot mess. This is gonna be so.
They may
they're not gonna make it that far.
Yeah.
To be honest, they're not making it that far for the live action. Like it will be canceled. It will more likely be canceled before it even gets to that level.
Probably because of the budget.
Yeah, because like as more like you said, as it goes on, like the characters look more and more fantastical is the word I would use. But like because they're starting to look more and more fantastical, like your budget can't keep up with that. Like there's at most, I think the furthest they might get.
Honestly, the characters look like a Fifth Element. That's what they look like. The characters out of Fifth Element is what the people from One Piece look like. It's like colorful, odd attires. I could see them finishing the Alabasta arc.
I think maybe at most they might get to escape the marine forest, like arc number 7, like season 7. That might be as far as they go.
So not Thriller Park. They won't even get to Thriller Park. I mean, that's when you saw Brook. Brook was the black guy playing the violin, or when you saw the whale in season 2. But to see him as the skeleton is when you get to introduce him in Thriller Park, which is well after.
So,
because Nico Robin hasn't joined their crew yet either. She joined their crew after the Alabasta arc.
That they're gonna have to potentially then make the next season. They're gonna have to
join some arcs together.
Yeah, like Alabasta. In order for them to even make it to the 4, they're gonna have to do Alabasta and Dreams as one arc, as one season, and then maybe Sky Island. Like I don't.
Sky Island was a long one. Sky Island was like.
And that's gonna be the thing. Like that's the 52 episodes in Sky Island. Like that's gonna be a problem. Like
I sat through that.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, then again, they have to really abbreviate these in order to make it coherent, because no one's going to sit through an entire 50 episodes. 50 episodes is more than what you got from Stranger Things. So it's like I agree. They're going to have to either cancel it and just say no, on to the next island. That's the way the live action ends. If you want to know more, watch One Piece, the cartoon, the anime. Sorry.
I think so. Next season is titled "The Battle of Alabasta," and that comes.
So that's one season.
So they may condense everything in one season, but I don't know what comes after that. But I just know I immediately looked up like, is there season 3? Because again, we know these streaming services are notorious for taking forever with a show and then canceling it.
Right.
And that's so if they do 30 episodes a season, after 10 years, you're only 300 episodes in. That's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's so much content. Like I feel like it's one of these shows where you want. I could see you wanting to finish it, but the series itself isn't finished. So I think the best way to do it is stop at a major point, like when it I'm not sure where, but because I haven't gotten to the point where they did a time skip or anything like that. So they got to stop somewhere and just like this is where we end. And for more, look up, go to Crunchyroll or go to Netflix and finish watching the animated series. But I enjoy it. For those people who've never watched anime, I think it's watching the live action is a good way to absorb what's happened so far in the show. Like you don't have to worry about filler. Just this is it, and take it for face value because there's a lot more crazy stuff that happens in the show, in the anime that it does in the live action show.
Yeah, so I do recommend it. Again, I haven't watched the anime. I wish I started it when it was on air, but I was just like, there's other stuff I would rather watch. But I love the live action. But it's just we got to episode 8 and it ended. I'm like, come on, something has to get it because we need more of this. Like, we need more live action One Piece. It's too enjoyable to have it so short. And again, I know that's a streaming model, but there's a lot of content out there that they can cover already. They could have combined this with the Battle of Alabasta into one season.
True. I don't know if they would.
Yeah. The smartest thing for them to be would to be just Alabasta's 38 episodes. The one after that is 13. Combine though, like they're gonna have to start combining like 2 to 3 arcs in one season. If they're gonna keep doing just 8 episodes, or even if they did 10 episodes, they're still gonna have to do more if they even want to. Before, I hate saying age out, but before the actors sort of like age out of the roles they can play, like. The good thing is all the actors are adults now, so like their faces shouldn't change much, their bodies shouldn't change much.
Luffy, no. How old Luffy character? Is he in his 20s or he's like 18 or so?
The actor?
Yeah.
I think he's in his 20s.
I
I
think the other actors are in their 20s.
So they're it's giving me the freaking English, the cartoon version.
22.
Yeah, so he should be fine for like another 5 years potentially. So he may be good for that time period. Because he's still gonna look fairly young unless
something happened.
Yeah, basically, unless he pulls a Mark Hamill.
Oof! Wow! Damn!
Do we have to go there? Man.
Look, Mark Hamill looked, and then he didn't.
Well, he had an accident there,
right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not.
So if he has an accident, then he may not.
Right. So long as nothing happens to the young man, he should be fine. The young man.
Low blow.
I mean, thanks a lot. Okay.
But no, it's kind of like that's the thing. Like they're luckier than the
Stranger Things,
than the Avatar people, and even the Stranger Things people. Like, and I know like the show, the season, like they have to be looking at it like we cannot have a repeat with Stranger Things because when you're using younger people, at least again, he started at like what 18. If he's 22 now, so like it's easier for him to do that. Although it does only say that they're as it stands right now, it's like 2023 to 2027. So potentially they may only have like one more season contracted.
Possibly, yeah. And I think looking back at Stranger Things and talking about the ages of kids, I feel like they didn't anticipate how popular the reaction of the audience was for the show. So they kept, let's do another season. Let's do another season. Let's do another season. Not that say season 1 ended. Well, season 1 ended where technically it could have just ended right there. They added a second season. That was just even more popular. So let's go deeper into the science, the facility or whatever, and then that's a good season. That we're going to end it on a cliffhanger. So we're building out the world, but the kids are still getting older, and it's taking y'all longer to write and get this stuff ready for film. Meanwhile, the kids are still growing.
You can't keep playing 13, 14. I mean, how many people are Bianca Lawson where they can be like a 15-year-old and they're being like they're dang near in their 30s? Like, that's not most actors.
Yeah, true.
And so, like, I don't know how old Luffy's supposed to be technically in the cartoon either. So
he's like 14, 15. Like he's not an adult. Yeah, he's not an adult. He definitely has a child. He definitely has a child's mind because, when he's in the island, a woman or whatever, like they all they've never seen a man before, so it's a part where this guy Luffy he eats anything. So he ate some poison mushroom, and the poison mushroom makes mushrooms grow all over your body. So he passes out from the poison. Women come upon him. They think it's a woman. Oh, who's this lady? We've never seen her in the village before. She's got the poison mushrooms. Let's pull the mushrooms off her. So they pull all of the mushrooms off his body. They take his pants off. He's still got one more mushroom left. I've never seen this type of mushroom before. It's not coming off.
Yeah, that's not going to live action.
I know the F you ain't doing this on anime. I mean, obviously they ain't showing it.
I was feeling he's over 18 in the
he's like, it's not coming off. And so they call it the lady giant. Lady giant comes walking over. She's like, I can't pull this off either. It's not coming off. I'm like, yo. So there's like, so the witch doctor, like the medicine woman, she comes over and said, well, normally when this kind of poison on you, you have to burn it off. So she sets him on fire. So he wakes up. He's like, I said, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to burn me. And so then they realize he's a man. So they lock him up. It's like, we've never seen a man before. They lock him inside of a cage or whatever. And so he wakes up. He's naked. And he's all he's caring about is his hat. And the ladies write notes. Men care more about their hat than the rest of their body being exposed to the air. Writing his notes down. He his arm through the cage to get attacked. All men's arms are extremely long. Like they've never seen a man before. And then it's like, excuse me, sir, what's that? What she say? What's that sack sewn between your legs? He said, oh, these are my family jewels. He said, I can't go anywhere without these. It's like, oh, can we see the jewels? I'm like, so if you want to laugh, episode, I think 407, 408 is like, this is like, yeah. If Sanji was on this island, he would have been like, this is paradise. All these beautiful women. I'd have like, never seen a man before. He'd have been like, oh, ladies. No, not no anime style. But Luffy's just like, I just got to get off this island. I got to go rescue my friends. No, I got to find food. I got to find my clothes. I got to get off this island. Whatever. And so since he's not impressed by Boa Hancock, she's automatically smitten. A man who doesn't fall victim to my love beam. Oh, I must have him. So he's just like, I don't even. Just give me some food. He's calling her like, I think her name is Hancock. He's calling her Hammock or whatever. Like he doesn't even know her name. She's just like, oh, Luffy. Oh my god. Like, man, he's a child. He's a child, man. You're a grown adult. But the fact is, like, what mushroom is this? I'm like, I know y'all ain't doing this on your mind. That's the goofiness of One Piece. So once in a while you get an episode that's like gonna make you laugh. Like this is Have y'all seen jumping off of One Piece, jumping off the anime, it's totally separate from this, but still on the streaming TV standpoint. Have you guys watched Paradise? Any of season 2 of Paradise?
Not season 2.
Okay, y'all got homework. Have you seen Paradise season 1?
Yeah.
No.
What?
I've never heard of the show.
Yeah, it's not on BritBox. I understand. So. Please watch season 2 of Paradise. It's like I mean, the first season, like you find out they have a whole society living under a mountain in the middle of Colorado. This one, season 2, is just like, wow. I don't know, like it's one of those things. Like I'm hoping they don't jump the shark and turn into something like Lost, but it's so much at the end of the season, like you don't know who the bad guy is. Are we time traveling? Is this reality? Wow. Like it's all kind of stuff that happens that they don't really solidify. This is what you're seeing.
Oh,
so it's like season 1 ended with Sterling King Brown looking for his wife. He finds out his wife may still be alive outside the bunker. So his adventures, I'm going to leave my kids behind in the bunker with everyone else, the security and stuff. I'm going to go look for my wife. She was in Atlanta. I'm in Colorado. I'm going to try to find my wife. So it's so you watch his path, his journey towards going to the Southeast. It's like watching Walking Dead. Like, it's a post-apocalyptic. I'm interacting with people who survived the apocalypse. Trying to make do, trying to find my wife. If I can find my wife, I can bring her back to my people in Colorado. Meanwhile, stuff in Colorado isn't what it seems. Things aren't taken for face value. So definitely, I think next time, if you can, watch some of season 2. Kay, I think if you got Hulu, if you need Hulu, let us know. We can assist you in your endeavors.
Yeah.
It should be available as region free. I think you should definitely watch it. I think Sterling K. Brown did a great job in this show.
Season 1 was excellent. So I'm glad to hear that season 2 sounds even crazier.
Yeah. It definitely is, because Kirsten and I watched it and we was just like, wait, if this happened, does that mean this? And like, you only got to get the red string chart out. Like, what does this mean for this person?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see this happen. Does that mean what I think it means? Is it time frame? Like, there's so much stuff that either as a viewer you can guess. Like, you can throw your own theories out there, like, because this happened during the daytime, but it didn't show up until the evening time. So is it really a time delay? Is that really the same person? What happened with this? What's the symbolism of seeing this on the screen? From season 1, I saw this, but now it's this way. So there's a lot of stuff, and they do bring back the president. So I'd like to see him in flashbacks. I think it's James Marsden who played president season 1. I like him as an actor, so they show some more flashbacks of him. So it was nice to see him there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I just had to throw that in. We was talking about TV and streaming. I was like, I'll be remiss if I don't, definitely throw in some Paradise into it. That was definitely a good show. There's nothing on TV like it right now, I think. So, And last but not least, we have
reality.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But we can call it reality. It's still somewhere in the dream world. But the auto show, the New York City auto show at the Javits Center, I finally returned to it after I don't even know how many years, but I would say at least 15.
15?
Yeah, at least.
Boy.
At least.
Oh my gosh, you, sir.
I gotta look online. When was the last time I went? Let's see. But there was a vehicle that was supposed to come out that never came out that I thought was it's gonna be 2000. 2000 is the last time I've been to the auto show.
Wow.
Sir, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That is such a problem.
When I said offline, it's like, as a New Yorker who I have in my own car, but before, when I didn't have a car, and I was like, I would go into the auto show. After a while, I was like, I get dejected. Like, I see all these fancy cars, but one, I ain't got the money to buy nothing. So I'm just going back home on a bus and train. I was like, I don't go on these auto shows. Spending money to go see these cars they ain't never going to have. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I never went back.
That's so horrible.
Yeah. But I did love going to it growing up. I admit that. It was something I used to go every year. I don't know why I have to just, I guess you just pick and choose what you go to. I do have to put an asterisk next to my visit this time, because I did go with a 5-year-old. And so my experience was limited to what he may have been interested in seeing. So I would say that I love the experience again. So much so that we're absolutely going again next year. And it's going to be a little bit better planned. Where I'm going to know what's in what area, what may be fun here, what may be fun there, and even exactly where the layout exists in the Javits Center. And again, to say, the experience is a little bit different with a 5-year-old. As soon as we get into the gate, just show the people the tickets. They were joking with my son. First car he sees, we didn't even get to the show floor area. The first car he sees, it's just a Honda. It's not like just a fancy car. It was a Honda SUV. It was nice, but the doors are open. He wanted to go inside. He's like, wow, this is incredible, because they have the different models that we don't have a Honda, which is fine, but it's like, yeah, it's the sunroof, it's the screen. We have all of these different things, and I'm like, no, let's go inside. When you get inside, that's when you're gonna lose your mind, and that's when he did lose his mind. So the experience for me was good. I got to see all types of fancy cars like on the screen here. I got to see a lot of custom cars, Lamborghinis, or Ferraris. We got to see a couple of, he calls them monster trucks, even though they weren't that big. Every dealer has their own section, if you've never been, where they're showing cars that you can purchase, or cars that may just be concept cars. So again, this is the layout. We went in through the Ford side first. So it took a while to get all the way to the right. And so the Bentley areas, the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, they're all just on the show floor. Obviously, you can't get into every car that's on the show floor, but a lot of the cars you can get into. And even if you can't get into them, they have them set up where you can get some great pictures. You can look at them. They have people at every booth. They just go over, the basics of, what kind of a concept it is. And there's a lot of space. So if you only go to the Javits for New York Comic Con, you're going to enjoy the fact that you can walk around a lot more freely. And, it's just not car enthusiasts. You have families going. You have, people going with their friends just for the experience of it all. And it is really enjoyable. On the lower level, they have mostly custom cars. So you have people who, they I guess they allow the car show to use their cars to get them out there. They did have sections that was just personal property. They even had walk through the history of like New York City cars, old buses, old police cars. I took pictures of them. I'm like, yeah, I remember these back in the day. But they also had like a makeshift track downstairs, and usually I guess that's where Q Hall is, where they have the photo ops as well. And I guess they were showing the different tires, because they had drivers with the companies. I don't know if you could get in those cars. We did watch them for a while, but they were just driving around that loop. And they would show how fast they could go, how quickly they could turn. So it's like
indoors. They had a track inside.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like you're watching Tokyo Drift.
Because those are generally the EV cars. They're allowed to do them on the inside. Again, I've been many times.
Okay.
And so like the chart, it's only for the EV cars to be inside. That actually generally run. It is nice. In years past, you were able to get in the EV cars, and like you get to sit in there with them, because they're generally like showing you like what these new EVs are. There was an EV company, I think in 2023, that was out of California, and they were showing you like you get in the car, you're on the track downstairs, and my issue was everything was touchscreen, and you could watch stuff in the front and in the back, and they were like, we also were trying to see like how we can do it so that we can also watch stuff on the screen, on like the lower half of like the your windshield. No, the front dashboard? The window.
Front window's the windshield.
Yeah, the windshield. And I was like, that is a stupid idea.
Yeah,
because right, and I'm like, if everything is a screen, everything is digital. Also, it's a whole other rant about how I miss knobs and keys and stuff like that. But I'm like, if all of this is there, you as the driver, if you have like your passenger can be watching a video, the people in the back can be watching a video, all separate videos on these screens. There's no, at some point, you as the driver are going to be
distracted.
And I'm like, this is my whole technology issue. Like, I will have a rant about that, and I will probably not say that about this, but I'm like, those are like my issues. I'm like, how are you building these vehicles with all the screens and stuff, and you're not factoring the fact that somebody's going to, at some point, take a call, and it's going to be a video call, and instead of paying attention, they're going to look down. Or if, let's say, the passenger is watching because they're like you could watch YouTube and stuff on it, and I'm like, okay, you can do that, and they're like even streamers can like stream from the car. I forgot what company it is that did it, and I'm glad I don't remember. But I was like, that sounds scary, and like a recipe for an accident.
Yeah. People can't drive now, and you got to add all that. But to be honest, if I'm driving and I hear certain scenes come on with Lord of the Rings, I'm gonna lose focus. I know that part. And we turn around a little bit. We had a red light, So it does sound dangerous to me, to have that.
It's like it's like the technology is great that we're going that far, but I'm just like at the same time like, look at what happened with the Waymos that just stopped. Like people, when people pay attention to their cell phones now, instead of just like just instead of driving, like again, it's the whole rant that I have.
Yeah, we add more distractions to our commute, but
right.
Maybe there's going to be a way to disable that. But I noticed with looking at the map, which unfortunately none of the Chinese brand EV vehicles. I mean, I think it's illegal for them to be in America anyway. But if you ever go online and look at some of those Chinese electronic vehicles, BYD.
Okay, so BYD used to come.
Huh?
They came. So BYD was one of the vehicles. Like they didn't have like the focal. Like they were there. Yes, it was 2023. They were there, and I was like, "Ooh, when are you coming to America?" And they're like, "Well, we don't have plans to come to the U.S. just yet." Then why are you showing your vehicle here, sir? So I'm like, this. The BYD, like I was like, I'm not necessarily the biggest. I was never like the biggest.
I blame the government for that. EV. I mean, yeah.
But I was like, I'm not gonna really get to buy an EV vehicle. Like I kind of like, I like a key. I like burning petrol. I know that's horrible, but I was like the BYD when they were there. I was like, oh,
yeah,
actually
those cars are. I mean, they have really great designs. I think they're working on faster charging, so they want to be able to have your cars charge as fast as you can fill up your tank of gas, so you'd be in and out of whatever charging station you can get to. Yeah, if you after this, you go on Google and look up the BYD electronic vehicles. They're cheaper than the Tesla. They have all types: sports cars, SUVs, sedans, coupes. It's like night and day. Like they have like you talking about the TVs and the headrest. They got full-on 24-inch screens that can come down from the ceiling. So people in the back can watch TV, connected
which
to
again is a little creepy. Like,
but I'm just saying, it's the technology is there, but yet what we're stuck with is we're being force-fed slop from the current manufacturers and thinking that this is the best we can get, and it's like there's better competition out there. Maybe to help you reduce your prices if you allow these other people into the market, and that's well, I mean, not to get political, it's probably why America's mad at Canada for letting Chinese manufacturers into auto manufacturers into Canada. It's like they're too close to the front door. They can't have this kind of good quality coming into our country, kind of thing.
But like Kareem, what was like when you went? What was like your favorite? What was your favorite area? I'm not gonna ask. I'll ask your favorite car, but like, what was your favorite area to be in?
Honestly, I think downstairs the custom cars. Because that was more of an experience in terms of like the uniqueness of some of the cars that they had. Now, obviously, stuff like the engines and the parts and the accessories that they had, it wasn't something that we spent a lot of time on. Again, 5-year-old, he turns his head and there's something else that he wants to see. But I think in terms of the uniqueness of the vehicles, that downstairs area had a lot. In terms of my favorite car, I have to reserve that for next year. And the reason why I say that is because, again, I have to plan it out because I didn't see every single car. So there was the back right side that we didn't get to see. And believe me, I spent over 2 hours there. And we just didn't get around to everything. There's a car on the way out. I took a picture of it. It was in a glass case. I wanted to look up more of it. But they had this brand.
Genesis?
No, so it's a website I wanted to check that I took the picture of, cartainers.com. that where they had the cars in those containers. And it was like Kaier was one of the cars. Don't tell me I didn't get that in the picture. But on the layout, you would see it when you're trying to exit. They had some beautiful cars there. You couldn't even get near them. They were in containers.
Damn.
Yeah. Because again, I love Lamborghinis, I love Ferraris, but I've seen them. They had some beautiful Porsches there. They had some, campers attached to, pickup trucks. That I took some of those pamphlets, even though I probably won't ever go camping in one of them. It's still just the idea of the quality of life, type of thing. Right? Yeah, I'll be tired.
Get on the road.
And exactly. But I want to see some like cars where it's like, because I'm not going to be able to get a Ferrari. I mean, let's just be honest.
You never know. First off, stop it. Do not limit yourself. I mean, it's not practical.
Sandwiches.
Yeah, you can't put baby seats in a Ferrari, so it's not. I don't see that happening anytime soon. So I want to see something that I'm not going to see on the street at some point. And you drive around long enough, you're going to see a Ferrari, you're going to see a Lamborghini, you're going to see a Porsche.
So a neon green Lamborghini last night on the West Side Highway.
Yeah, but I did take a ton of pictures of them. So I'm not going to lie, but I want to see something that I know is like, I'm never going to see this car out there. Even Bentleys now, you can see them.
In a lot especially white planes.
But I have to go through my pictures again. There was a Roadster that I saw downstairs, a custom car. I don't know if you can see this picture. And you have to excuse the 5-year-old's back. You want it to be in every picture.
Ooh.
This was an incredible layout of a car, and it had the roof that would peel back, no cover, no trunk, nothing. It's just all car. So that one was gorgeous. Would I ever drive something like that? Absolutely.
Yes. Why not? Stop saying that.
Because
the opportunity.
Because let's say you hit a bicycle, the bicycle will win. I'm not going to drive in a car where a bicycle will win if there was ever a fender bender.
First off, stop it. Don't limit yourself. There's a place in New Jersey where you can drive on a track like certain classic cars and stuff like that. So don't say that you'll never get the chance. Just like, would you own it and use it as an everyday car? No. But to say that you won't ever do it, don't say that. Stop limiting your greatness.
Wait, do you get to drive those cars on the track, or you sit on the passenger side and someone drives them?
Yeah, probably not that.
No, this is personal property. So they had to sign up that these cars, personal properties, don't touch. So no, you would have to just, I don't know, sneak in at night like your bullseye or something, and But I had a great time, and it did bring back memories of going as a kid. I didn't see the family headquarters. I know that was there. They did have some guests that were present, like for example John Starks, the Knicks. I wanted to try to find him, but that didn't happen. And so I'm absolutely going again next year. This is something that is now on my calendar again for in the future. And I'll be able to definitely see more next year.
Would you do multi-day?
I would.
Okay.
I would, but I think 2 days most is the max that you would need. Just 2 days because we'll probably have to do it in spurts. 2+ hours. He was a little bit tired.
I get it. Yeah.
While he ate, and then he started. I want to do this. I want to do that, and which is understandable. But yeah.
I did. They had a kids EV driving academy. And it was on the 4th floor.
Find that.
Yeah. This is adorable to get to drive
or something.
No, they got to actually literally get in a little. I'm on the website.
Yeah, it's like they had a little track for
track for kids.
I couldn't find that.
The kids could drive a Jeep Power Wheels, mini Zambonis, Mercedes EQGs, Ram trucks, and kid go-karts. Oh, and they even had like tiny little Tesla EVs for kids.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's ridiculous but adorable.
And that's what I couldn't find. But next year.
Yeah, next year you're gonna lay it out. You're gonna wait for like after the first week when like Westchester's on vacation.
Yeah,
because that's generally how that works.
Okay, if it lines up.
Yeah, it does, because normally it's always Easter. The first week, like the first few days, like the 1 week, it's always Westchester kids that are there because like they're out of school, and then like the next week it's always like New York City kids that are out of school. So like if you can get in like on like the first day, like when that first weekend where it's like not a lot of people remember that it's open, you're like, hey, it'll be way less people.
I was gonna ask
that very first,
go
like
on a week.
First Friday. Yeah,
and even had like a little mini roller coaster in the front. But it was.
I was gonna ask you if you did the Jeep experience.
The line was very long, but we watched it for a while. We took some pictures, but it was pretty cool. Like you go around the loop, you go up the big hill, you come down, you go around 250 years. I think it said so. You know, that was pretty cool. You can see that even just driving by the Javits Center, the roller coaster. So I don't know what they'll have in the front next year, but I did have a blast.
Good.
And I'll share the pictures of the cars, even the old school police cars, old school buses, all that.
Okay.
This is my dream car.
Nice. I think we don't have anything currently lined up for next week's episode of Three Hokages podcast. Unless you guys do your homework and watch Paradise. But I think next week we can talk about Darth Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah.
The first 2 episodes came out this past week, so we got another 2 episodes this week. I think they're doing 2 episodes a week, so it's going to be a really short season. But so far, I watched the first 2 episodes. We'll give you our review, our take on it next